Hello Periscope, welcome to another episode here. My name is Will, I am the marketing exec here at SWAT UK. Today we're with our chairman Mike Sturgess. Mike, so we know that the ICAW can license firms for probate work. We also know that in April they set out the guidelines for what you can and can't do if you're not registered.
Yep.
So what's happening in August?
Well, August, the rules come into force and ICAW will start enforcing them. So if you signed up work before August, and that's fine, as long as you're not blatantly breaking their old rules, and importantly, so long as they're not an external complaint, then ICAW won't be taking action. But of course, the converse is true. If there's new work that's coming up after the 1st of August, then ICAW will be taking action if you breach the rules, if you cross that boundary line.
Great. So what would happen if a firm were to cross those lines?
If they cross the line, they're effectively doing reserved legal work without being authorised. That's a criminal offence, and so there could be criminal sanctions against them. If there was any litigation revolving around that, because they strayed outside their authorisation, their professional indemnity insurance will almost certainly disclaim, and then there's going to be the disciplinary action taken by ICAW. I think in SWAT UK we call that technical term, they're stuffed.
Yeah, definitely will be in that case. So is there any support for these firms if they're looking to find out about probate work?
Yep, there's a lot of support for probate-related work on the ICAW website and on SWAT UK's website. We run a range of courses to help people who are getting sort of probate-related work. So they don't have to be authorised. There's a lot of information out there. If you want to and you're looking towards it, there's a 2-day certificate in probate and estate administration. That's the course that we take, which is then followed by an assessment. And of course, we issued this week our new probate manual, which has got absolutely masses of information relevant to anybody doing probate-related work.
Right, so would a firm need to be licensed to actually use the manual?
No, not at all. There's a lot of useful information on there for anybody doing probate-related services, and including information about where this boundary line is, what you can do and what you can't do. Primarily, though, the manual is actually aimed at those firms who are regulated, but it could be useful for other firms as well.
Right, so why should a firm think about becoming licensed in the first place?
Well, we've got 92 firms now, and the number is growing all the time, so that you will be seeing people in your area and your competitors who are doing this sort of work. When you sign up for this, if you're a sole practitioner or the only authorised individual in your firm, you need to have an alternate in place. And we received some information from somebody who initially said he's happy to be an alternate, who's actually said to us now, actually he can't be on the list, can we take him off? He's too busy doing all the probate related work that's coming in. There's a huge amount of work that's out there, and once accountants are up and licensed, they're finding the work coming in. The other reason, or the second reason for why you would want to go down this route and be licensed, is it completely removes any doubt about where this boundary line is. You can do it all, so there's no issue there. Thirdly, you can actually promote it to your clients, into other people in your community, that you can offer a full cradle-to-grave service. And fourthly, not to be dismissed, this is reserved legal work, and so if you are preparing it and you're licensed, then actually any information you get is subject to legal professional privilege. It's the only time accountants will get legal professional privilege, and that applies not only to the probate work but to estate administration as well. Of course, if you're not licensed, then you're not privy to legal professional privilege there.
Right, so what do these firms have to do to actually get licensed in the first place?
Well, there's a range of steps that you've got to do, and perhaps the first one is to go on the 2-day course. So it's a course in SWAT UK certificate in probate and estate administration, so it's 2-day. A week later, you need to come back if you want to go for authorisation, and you did a 2-hour assessment. And I know a lot of people got really twitchy. It's a long time since I sat in an assessment, but it's actually a reasonable. We're not trying to trick you. Anything and everything you need is covered in the course. If you're not an ICAW member and you want to go for authorisation, then you would need to become an affiliate. Along with other partners there, you need to submit a range of forms. You've got to pay the fee and the compensation fund. Now, I mentioned we've got a 45-minute session which I did at Accountex exhibition on probate. And it's called Probate, What's All the Fuss About? And it gives a lot of information about what you can do with probate authorisation and what you can do without it. It takes you through the process of seeking authorisation, what you have to fill in, what you have to comply with, what the rules are, and then how to go about getting probate related work once you are authorised. So it's 45 minutes, very long for YouTube, but if you're thinking about this, it really is worth actually have somebody having a look and going through this information.
Right, so now we know everything about probate and what you need to do to get licensed and support available. Thanks for joining in on Periscope today. If you've missed and you just joined in now, it's going to go on YouTube later, so don't worry. Mike, any final comments on that?
Well, we're seeing audit exemption increase to 10 million, so we're going to have fewer and fewer audit firms. If we're looking at probate, I think that is set to increase. It's going to fill the gap left by audit for many firms. We can take this market, we can compete really effectively with the existing service providers. This market is ours for taking. I would really urge you, don't miss out. This is a great opportunity. Grab it.
All right. Thanks again, Mike, for joining us. We appreciate it. And thank you guys for tuning in as well.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers.